A city without a ghetto is no city. You're welcome, viewers. In this video, we're going to the tabloids, and luckily we've got uh, Nigerian newspaper here again. Evening Times to start the day, or to start the day with. This is it. Another one paper, but the stories are not one. The stories are not one out. If you like. Oh, I can't even separate the pages. Finding it difficult to separate the pages. Okay. Like I said before, it's an evening paper. The pages are rather few. Maybe for people to relax while in their buses going home from work. No. The picture at the right hand corner I showed you is entitled, "This Must Be Crazy." Let's see what it reads. It reads, "It's a love story." It reads, "It's a love story that still never die. Indeed, it will never die." It's resurfaced here. From 1990 to 2023. So the paper is Wednesday. The paper is of Wednesday, February 28, 1990. So that's a daily paper, not weekly or twice weekly paper. The price is 50 kobo. You can imagine 50 kobo. Some Nigerians don't know what kobo is today. Yeah. Yes, I can believe that. I can believe that some Nigerians don't know what 50 kobo is. They have not spent it before. This must be crazy. It's a love story that will never die. For 47 years old, their retirement, the alligator man, and the monkey woman, built as the strangest married couple in the world, endured the taunts of thousands of carnival visitors. This is unfair. This is unfair. I don't know. Why do you name somebody alligator man and then another person alligator woman? Huh? Mankind, we think we are too beautiful. We are not. Hmm? I don't know. Viewers, kindly look at my face. You will see that if you look at me without my forehead, I look differently. But at my forehead, you will see that the face looks like a square, indeed like a brick, standing straight, with its narrow face facing you. You look well. So every man's head is like a brick or block, if you like, the brick for building houses, stand up straight with the narrow face facing you and the broader face facing sideways. How beautiful are we? So it's one thing looking at somebody with the, including the forehead, and looking at somebody minus the forehead. Why should man count his fellow man as alligator? Alligator woman, and I think they say monkey woman. Alligator man and monkey woman, if I'm not right. If I'm right. Why? We're not beautiful. We think we are beautiful. And look at the shape of our nostrils. It's a cone. The face of the animals is a cone. But we, only the nose looks like a cone. The faces of most animals is a cone. So the animals wouldn't see us as looking beautiful. They say, look at this block-headed man. Oh, yeah. Hmm? So you see, in the human body, we have all kinds of shapes. We have circles, cones, triangles, internal organs. You see triangles and whatnot. So I don't know where our sense is to name somebody alligator man and then name another person monkey woman. I don't know. I feel sad about it. Okay, let's continue. Uh, Let me start the paragraph. For 47 years until their retirement, the alligator man and the monkey woman, built as the strangest married couple in the world, endured the taunts of thousands of carnival visitors. Mm. Uh, and through it all, their special kind of love for one another never wavered. Can you hear that? Their love for each other never wavered. Mm. Paragraph. It was love at first sight, beamed Emmett Bejano, 74, as he tenderly held the hand of his wife, Persila, 80. So he's 74, the wife is 80. It, if, he continues, if it hadn't been for our deep love, we could never have survived all those years of humiliation in the carnival. Oh my God. God has strengthened them. God has strengthened their hearts, had strengthened them and broadened their breasts or their chests, if you like. Listen, if it hadn't been for our deep love, we could never have survived all those years of humiliation in the carnival, he added. Then another paragraph. Emmett has a skin disease that transformed him into a human reptile instead of normal skin. There is a scaly hide that cracks and sheds twice let me see, twice, I don't know whether it's twice a year. And sheds twice a year, like a snake's. Oh my God. like a snake's. And another paragraph, and like a reptile, he cannot sweat, so he must constantly pour water over himself to keep cool. He's actually been strengthened. The heart is solid. Mm. He's determined to live. Mm. So he must constantly pour water over himself to keep cool. His loving wife looks more like an ape than a woman with thick black hair that covers her entire body, including her face. Can you imagine this couple listening to all these things? Viewers, please bear with me. Can you imagine how these people will feel when they are being described in this manner? And all of us are Christians, Muslims. We attend churches, mosques, synagogues. We do kindness. And our mouths backslide. Oh God. Uh, including her face. I think that's where I stopped. The couple don't see themselves as freaks. Oh yeah. The couple don't see themselves as freaks, though they've heard the word often enough from the taunting crowds. Oh God. And nobody thinks that it is God's nature, it is a nature that has made them that way. Hmm? Okay. Uh, if beauty is skin deep, so is ugliness, said Emmett. Oh, yes. Oh, God. If beauty, let me repeat that. If beauty is skin deep, so is ugliness, said Emmett. When I look at my bride, all I see is the goodness and kindness that shines from her. Oh, God. Thank God. I think that's the end of the story. So you see how mankind is. We are all hypocrites. I think if you ask the those who manage our videos, eh, YouTube, Google, whatnot, they will tell you how hypocritic human beings are. Hmm? Hmm? So many people view pornographic form because nobody sees them. The YouTube, they know. Eh? Google, they know. They know when there's anything pornographic, they get lots and lots and lots of views. Then we come out and we gentlewomen. Yes, they know it. We're hypocrites. Otherwise, why do you call your fellow human being alligator or monkey publicly, taunting her, knowing that these things could even push them to their death? Sorry. Okay, uh, let's change the story. The top stories: Pirates sail into trouble. Hmm? Pirates sail into trouble. Hey, comfort. I don't know if we should read it. Maybe we can leave it. If we don't have enough stories, we can come back to it later. Two kids burnt alive. Mm. Sister killed in Indian state elections. Mm. At least, sister killed in Indian state elections. At least 60 people were killed in large scale violence in the northern Indian state of I think it's Bikar yesterday during the state assembly elections. I think we should. It's not worth reading. I think it's okay. South African hunger strikers demand detainees release. South African hunger strikers demand detainees release. I think that too is. I think the heading alone is enough because I think it was because before Mandela was released or became president, I can't remember. Mhm. My head needs uh, clearing, and the memory is full, and I have to. It has to be cleared. Uh, then three police informants killed in explosion. Muslim separatists yesterday shot and killed three people accused of being police informants as I think as 12 bombs. I think the number is as 12 bombs exploded to uh, in, I don't know if it's Senegal, the focus of the militants' campaign for Kashmir's independence. For Kashmir's independence, witnesses and hospital sources said militants shot and killed a Muslim, Gulharu, in Srinagar. In Srinagar, yeah, the town, the place was Srinagar. In Srinagar, said the witnesses who spoke on condition of anonymity. Militants called up the bureaus of Indian news agency and, and claimed responsibility for the death of Tej Keshman, an intelligent officer, and Neven Sapro, a state government employee. Both were Hindus. India's religious majority, religious majority, full stop. India's religious majority, but a minority in Kashmir. So they are majority in India, but in Kashmir they are minority. We eliminated them. We eliminated them as they were working as police informants to unidentified callers called the news agency. Haru, sorry, full stop. Haru was killed because he traded in alcohol. I think it's okay. Princess Anne ends tour. British, uh, Britain's Princess Anne met Malian President Musa Traore yesterday before flying home at the end of a 10-day tour of West Africa as president of the London-based Save the Children Fund charity. All those who took after destitute children ought to be thanked in a society like ours where children are priceless. Taure told the princess in the capital, Bamako, during her trip. During her trip, sorry, full stop. During her trip, the 39-year-old daughter of Queen Elizabeth visited healthcare and centers, refugee camps, and British-financed development projects in Gambia, Senegal, and Mali. I think that's okay. 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 Nice cartoons here, but maybe we will reserve that. Uh, Israeli weapons Warsaw Embassy. Is, is Israel reopened its embassy in Warsaw yesterday to mark the restoration of diplomatic relations with Poland after a 23-year break. Israel Foreign Minister Moshe Aarons, or is it Moshe Aarons, who earlier exchanged documents with Polish Foreign Minister Krzysztof Skubieski, I can't call it. Shame on to me. I can't call it. It's not a laughing matter. It's somebody's name. Polish Prime Minister Mr. Krzysztof Skubieski, to re-establish diplomatic ties, was joined by his envoy to Poland, Mordecai Mordecai Palza, in a simple unveiling ceremony outside the embassy building. I think we can stop there. The main thing has been, the main part of the story has been right. So, drug charges. An alien, an, uh an alien man, sorry, an alien thought begs for arms the way he knows best, then dash by force. Mm. You can see the alien, the child, holding fast on somebody's feet. You see the boy holding fast on somebody's feet. Well, we used to know that it was the Chad. We used to know that it's the Chadians who used to do those things. Mm? Come on, hold your hand, and now you hold somebody's leg so that he cannot walk because he must give you something before he can continue walking. Can you imagine that? Mm? So that's the boy. Police investigator goose. An Ikeja, an Ikeja Chief Magistrate, Mr. Z.A. Rahim, yesterday lambasted an investigating police officer's into brackets IPO for bringing to his court a suspect whose offense was recorded in Cotonou, Benin Republic. IPO, that's investigating police officer. IPO, don't you know this case is for the Interpol? How can you prosecute a case recorded outside the country in Nigeria? Is it done? Even if it is done, I can never do it in my court. I will not take the case. Take him into brackets suspect. Take him back. Before the court was a 25-year-old man, Kalu John, accused of stealing an air ticket and 300 naira. I think we can end there too. I think again we can end there. Uh, Miss Insurance. 23-year-old Olabisi Ogunshogun has emerged Miss Nikon in the insurance industry beauty contest. Miss Ogunekun, a 5 foot 7 inches tall life tall life and writing staff of the National Insurance Corporation of Nigeria, NICON, beat 9 other contestants to win to win the coveted crown. She won in addition to an existing weekend trip to NICON Noga, Hilton, Hilton Hotel Abuja, trips to Kaduna, Enugu, and a color television. You can see her, the girl, the beauty winner. Well, she may be alive and be watching this video, and I hope it will gladden her heart, or at least her children, or other relations. Tragic, our error. Okay, the people made an error and they corrected it. Razaki wants press to enlighten citizens. Tragic end of a TV thief. Story by Onye, story by Onyeka Ajumobi. A suspected thief was drowned in a borehole at the weekend at Efiako Agege when when he slipped off in an attempt to escape. The suspect had been trailed to his hideout by police detectives working on a tip-off, but he jumped from the balcony of his one-story hideout on Kujoro Kujeri Bello Street, Ifako, Ikeja, about 6.5 at about 6:55 p.m. and took to his heels. Police also said the suspect had a day before his untimely death raided a house in Haruna Street, Ifako Agege, stealing a color television set, and, thereafter lodged at a local hotel nearby to escape justice. Look at television. These televisions, they are of no use today. The television that he stole, they were around like, you can describe them more of a circle and very heavy. It's not today's flat televisions. So you can see how life changes. He killed himself because of that. Mm. Oh. Sultan takes staff of office on March 15. The 18th Sultan of, okay, it's also important for historians in Nigeria. The 18th Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Alhaji Ibrahim Dasuki, will receive his staff of office on March 15. Already, central and zonal committees to coordinate the activities during the presentation ceremonies have been set up. This is contained in a statement issued by the chairman of Lagos Zonal Committee, who is also the Sakin Shogun, the Sakin Shogun, the Sakin Shogun Sokoto, Alhaji Abubakar Alhaji, and Alhaji Abubakar Alhaji, and the publicity secretary of the zone, Chief Olowe. I think that's also enough for us. Uh, magazines. I think these are stories culled from different magazines. Let's see what is there for us. African Concord takes a good look at the current debate in the safety of the Nigerian coastline. In its lead story, full stop, dash, is Bombay here? Sorry, is Boomsday here? Professor Benedict Ojuma, a special scientist at the Bendel State University, uh, argues that Victoria Island in Lagos is in danger of sinking, and he claims that the findings are part of reports by a committee of 4 universities investigating the incidence of coastal erosion in Nigeria. Oh, that's good. That's a good venture. Okay. Times International delves into this another paper. Times International delves into Times International delves into the nation's cultural confusion to come up with the cover story. Degrees for sale. The magazine claims that honorary degrees have gone the way of traditional titles. Cheap, ethnicized, a poor estimation of self-worth. Times International claims that cash-strapped universities have, have ditched the loftiest ideals of honor on the frontiers of improved knowledge and given citations for the carols, of money bags. Okay, I think we can stop there too. Then African Guardian. The African Guardian dares the murky waters of Nigerian crude oil industry with a cover story. Deals, dirty. Deals. AG claims that although ex-Petroleum Minister Professor West, Tam David West once cried that there is extensive fraud in the crude oil industry by big shots. They remain a mystery. AG gathered that there are two categories of oil dips. One is made up of cheap, common, and confident tricksters who forge papers and brandish accurate information on the movement of oil cargoes with a view to procuring buyers for some other person's allocation. Full stop. The other group are those who like those who are licensed to lift oil from but connive with officials to tinker with pumps to tinker with pumps so as to lift more than the approved quota. So Nigeria was actually smelling rich before this. I think it's mismanagement and misconduct of officials. Nigeria shouldn't be suffering the way they are doing. Well, let me keep my mouth and look at my own country. Hmm? I'll keep my mouth shut. Then African Americans. You may know some of these people. Let me read this woman's story first. Dr. She may still be alive. Dr. Mae Jemison, the first black female astronaut, is highly skilled technically and is sensitive to social needs. A Chicago-born physician and chemical engineer, Jemison has been named mission special for the June 1991 flight of the Space Shuttle Discovery. She'll conduct experiments, deploy payloads or satellites, and, if necessary, do spacewalks. The Cornell, the Cornell Medical School graduate also acts as a liaison between the astronauts at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, where she is based, and the NASA crew in Cape Canaveral, FLA, Full stop. Before joining the space program in 1986, Jemison was a staff physician in Africa for the Peace Corps and a general practitioner in Los Angeles. But before that, there was this man too, Black America, William Miles. I don't know if it's William Mills or William Miles. Please forgive me, pardon me. So let me call it William Miles. So William Miles had a rhetorical question he used when he was seeking funding for his documentary on blacks in space program. Have you ever seen a black star in sky? No one ever had. Though some people will be able to see miles from black stars in orbit. The film features profiles of Challenger in brackets, profiles of Challenger casually, Ronald E. McNair, Captain Edward J. Dwight Jr., the space program, the space program's first black pilot, and Mae E. Jemison. I think that's the name I've just entered. Then uh, the first black woman astronaut. I think that's what we just talked about. uh, these are pictures of major breakthrough was election of David N. Dinkins, who became the first black mayor of the largest city in the U.S., New York. New York. Dinkins and his wife Joyce have lived in same modest Harlem apartment for the past 26 years. This is their picture. Let me hold it. And this story, this is a woman's picture. Mary McLeod Bethune, 1875 to 1955, was indeed a great African American woman, having elevated her status from a cotton picker in South Carolina to confidant and advisor to presidents and founder of Bethune Coleman College. Coleman College. No, Cookman, College. If it's comma or not, I don't know, please. So this is the picture, Mary McLeod Bethune. I showed her already. Where my finger is. I believe the children and grandchildren will be glad looking at this, that their mother was not left unnoticed. The whole thing is titled African Americans Celebrate Victory in Diaspora. Yes, African Americans celebrate victory in diaspora. And this is, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, since I can go about it. The picture of it's the nature of the paper. I think the paper is 3 parts. So the picture of Martin and Malcolm. Uh, I think I've showed it to viewers already. The picture of Martin and Malcolm. I'll show the whole page so that people, when I'm reading, people can. Viewers, I have apologies for waste of time. It's due to the way my paper is. Martin and Malcolm, both were sons of activist activist Baptist preachers. Both were well read, though one's education was formal and the other's was not. Both spent time in prison, one, one before gaining prominence, the other after. Both were assassinated at the age of 39. Oh. One with the greatest work seemingly ahead, the other with his most unqualified success, success already 13 years in the past. Both men were also in Capitol, in, in Capitol Hill one day in 1963, where by chance they met for the first and only time. I think it's worth showing the pictures again. These are different story people's pictures anyway. So Mark Parker's mother grieved the death of her son with her grandchildren shortly before she was forced to leave Mississippi to escape white harassment in 1959. Oh, okay. This is the picture. At the center of the page. In 1969, Mark's service in the U.S. Army entitled him to be entitling him to be buried in a flag draped coffin. But whites reacted with such outrage that the Veterans Administration ordered his sister to return the flag they had given her. Can you imagine that? Hmm? Eh, this segregation matter. Hmm? And today, these are proponents of human rights and freedom. Hmm? So you can imagine. Of course, the white man of today is not the white man of yesteryears. The same with the black man, and the same with all races. Uh, these are all these have all been designed by God for us to follow. Hmm? Uh, Jamie, Jamie, Johnny just come. Okay, viewers. I wouldn't like to be timed out. I think I will stop here, and our next video for sure will be the tabloids. Will be the tabloids again. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Ila likai, bye bye.